Hey everybody, today got a pretty decent little video here. I'm going to do a comparison, see which one you should spend your money on. The Garcia Pro Max. Get all the angles of it here. Versus the Black Max. I'll go over the setups in the next little clip here. Alright, so we'll start off with the Black Max here. It's the 6.4 to 1 gear ratio. I have no idea if they're making another one or not. It's on a Shakespeare Ugly Stick, or yeah, I thought those were different companies for a second. Anyways, GX2, 6'6" medium. These rods are nowhere near similar, by the way. They're just not. They're for different purposes right now. Right now, I'm actually mostly using that for lighter weight swim baits, like 3-inch stuff and top water. That's why it's got 12-pound mono on it for the top water. It's definitely more of a budget setup. That rod though, bass fishing's like fishing with a 10-pound dumbbell. Like you can't move it good. It's just heavy and stiff and don't balance good. This is our next setup here. This is probably the nicest rod and reel on. This, let's move Black Max here. I have 2 Pro Maxes, but this one, for whatever reason, is in a little better condition. This is the Garcia Pro Max on a Denali Riker 7-foot heavy rod. It's got 65-pound braid. Right now it's got a 1/2 ounce frog tied on. This is my frog jig, decent sized swim bait rod. This is, what's the gear ratio on this reel? It should say something. If I can find it, I'll tell you. I think it may be written on other, and I'll go look. They're the same reel. 7.1 to 1. Which is faster. That's why. That's one of the reasons it's on the frog rod here. Now, I'm not fishing right now, so I have right now at this moment, I have no idea if there's going to be any fishing in this video. I'm just going to talk about the reel, how they handle, all that jazz. How they cast, how far they cast, how smooth they are, how durable they seem to be. So, I'm staying in my yard right now. Ignore the 3D target that the insert's been took out of for shooting long distance stuff. But I'm just gonna stand here and I'm gonna cast it. I'm gonna see how far it casts. The baits on here weigh about the same. That's a little bitty swim bait on there with I think it's a 1/4 ounce head, or not head, but bullet weight. So they weigh roughly the same amount. Alright, this is the Pro Max. This will be like the 3rd time I've ever casted this rod with this reel on it. I just got this rod yesterday. Review on it's coming soon. Well, let's avoid that. Just took out a potted plant. Take 2. Even though I'm not doing 2 takes, I'm just. Both these are going to be with the brakes on the 3rd set. This has got to be tangled somewhere up here because it's not fall. Move away from the potted plant so we don't smack again. I just sent that into a tree. That's why we got a 7-foot heavy with 65-pound braid on it. Hold on a second, I gotta go get this out of this tree. I'll be right there. All right, y'all are propped up on the 3D target against the tree now that I just got tangled in. We're gonna cast, well, we're gonna avoid that. There's not a good place to do this right here. We're gonna cast that way because there's no trees in our way down here. Well, that wasn't a terribly hard cast, but with a bait that light and a rod this stiff, it went about, look, maybe 35 yards. That went about 40. So this thing's casting. Look at this. I don't know if y'all can see, but it's casting about 99% of my line out. Now that's either because I'm using too heavy a line or because it casts really far. I think it's a little bit of both. This thing, I like this. All right, so second part about how smooth it is. It casts smooth, but the reeling is very smooth. It's like I'm cutting through a piece of butter with a hot knife. Like it just pulls in. Even with braid, which is braid it's kind of rough to reel in. All right, now we'll do the Black Max. All right, so now I got the Black Max. It's a 6'6" rod, so it won't cast as far as 7 foot. But I mean, it's a medium, so it'll have a little more whip to it. It's gonna be close enough. I'm not gonna take them off and switch them on between the rods either, just because that's a pain in the butt. I'm rigged up to go fish a tournament right now. I'm just making this video pretty quick. Let's see. Now, something about this reel I don't like as much as Black Max, or not the Black Max, excuse me, Pro Max. Your tension knob does not click. Tension knob on the Pro Max clicks, so you know you made a, an increment of adjustment. This is just wherever you land it. All right, let's see here. Put this on the other one was on the third brake thing, so that's where I'm putting this. And that went about 20 yards. I get this leaf off there, it don't matter, I'll take it off in a second. Reel this up a little further. And about 20 yards again. I don't know how many times I cast the Pro Max, but I think it was 3, so we'll give the Black Max a fair shake and go 3 on it. That went a little further that time, went about 30. Maybe 25, somewhere around there. Now, how smooth is it? On the retrieve, it casts pretty smooth, but on the retrieve, I don't know if y'all can see that. That handle wobbles. Here, looks like I'm just shaking the rod. See that handle wobbles? Pro Max does not do that. Now, my reel handle may just be loose. That may just be reel itself. I don't know. Or it may be this individual Black Max. No idea. But I'm just going off of my knowledge on it here. So that's a couple little marks off for the Black Max. Another thing about the Black Max. The body of the reel itself. Black bit here. It's not as sturdy as a Pro Max by any stretch of the imagination. It really isn't. I'm trying to give the Black Max a fair shake here. I'm a tad biased towards Pro Max because I purchased that one myself. This one's my brother's, but he's letting me fish a tournament with it. Whatever, but I mean, it's beat it in every little category so far. But that's because it's a... Is that a deer back here? It's not a deer. I was looking at the woods there. I thought I saw a deer. Anyways. It's a more expensive reel. You need to expect that out of it. I mean, usually when you go to the same company and buy their lower end product and a more high end product, the more high end product almost always outperforms. That's just the reality, because there's more budget to spend on better parts that have tighter tolerances. I mean, it's just how it is. Now, do I think the Black Max is the best reel in its price range? Yes, for sure. It really is. Only one I can think of that can compete with is the Quantum Pulse, but I've had 2 of those and broke 2 of them. The Quantum Pulse is smoother, has a little bit tighter tolerances too, but this is the only one I've ever used, my brother's ever had. Had maybe not quite as long as I had the Pulse, but oh no, I didn't break 2 pulses. I broke 1 pulse. But he's had this one about as long as I had that one, that Pulse. What happened to the Pulse? Here's your thumb button there. You'd press it down to cast. You know, to reel it, it wouldn't pop up like that. It'd just stay down. You had to flip it up manually like a spinning reel, which was... It's a little annoying, but when there's something wrong with your reel, do you really want to trust that to a, you know, say you hook a 8-pound fish, do you really want to trust it to that? I don't. So I got a better reel. So I'm going to sit down now and just do a full overview of the 2 of them. Alright, so look at this one. That versus that, like that one seems like it flexed a little bit, this one didn't. This one's tighter tolerances. Handles are exactly the same. Clicking tension knob. Click and drag, what does this one do? Drag doesn't click either. 7.1 to 1. 6.4 to 1. You can also get this on a slower speed. I think you can actually get this on 6.4 for like cranking or whatever, but that's beside the point. Most of them are 7.1 in my experience. So, for the price, what would I suggest? Definitely not a lose. I don't buy a lose reel, in my opinion. I've had 2 of them. One of them seized up, and the other one seized up, and the handle broke off. I'm not getting loose anymore. Anyway, if you got $100, for example, for a rod and reel, and you're choosing between this one and that's a $50 reel, I think, and a $50 rod, for example, versus this one, this is about 70 bucks, and a $30 rod. Go for this one with the go for the Pro Max with $30 rod. You will not regret it. That's what that one is, that red one there. the Pro Max was actually a $20 rod, but I don't think I'd really suggest the Berkeley Cherrywood HD for just to get it in general, because for the same price you can get a Shakespeare Excursion with the wind grips, and I had one of those. I broke it being an idiot, but it wasn't really the rod's fault, it was kind of mine. Anyway, I'd get the Excursion over that, but anyway, that's beside, I'm getting off track. Pro Max wins in value, in my opinion. Now, should you totally overlook the Black Max? No, the Black Max is not a bad reel. It's a good reel. It's just, it's at a different price point than than the Pro Max. And that just, it's hard to compete. It's hard for the two to compete. If you're in Walmart looking for, or say for example, you want to buy your first bait caster and you've never had one before in your life, and you're at Walmart or something, you don't know if you like them, get the Black Max because you won't be out of as much money. If you've had several bait casters and you know you like them, Pro Max all day long, every day of the week. Just save an extra $20 and get the Pro Max. Save up an extra $20 and buy the Pro Max. Well, thank y'all for watching this video and this little rant about reels, comparing the two. Next video is probably going to be, it's either going to be, well, I ain't going to spoil it. It's going to be some sort of rod review though. Possibly a combo review. Don't know yet. Maybe even going over my tournament fishing stuff. We'll see. Like, subscribe, all that jazz. Thanks for watching. Sorry I haven't posted a full-length video since February. I've been lacking on my posting, but that's the end of the video.